Hello students, let's discuss Allium cepa today. Common name of this drug is onion and belongs to the family Liliaceae family. Raw onion. About physical generals, constitution of this drug is not given. Acute catarrhal inflammation of mucous membrane. So catarrhal affections. Acute catarrhal inflammation of mucous membranes with increased secretion. Secretions is increased from eyes also, from nose also, from mucous membranes. Bad effects from getting wet, as in rust off. This one is causation. Bad effect from getting wet. About head symptoms, catarrhal dull headache. Catarrh dull headache means associated with nose complaints, that is sneezing, coryza. Catarrh dull headache with coryza, that is with coryza. Aggravation in the evening, this is very important. Aggravation in evening and amelioration in open air. Aggravation on returning to a warm room. Euphrasia pulsatilla. So pulsatilla also amelioration in the open air, aggravation in the evening. Allium cepa. Headache ceases during menses. So headache ceases during menses, returns when flow disappears. Headache returns when flow disappears. So headache ceases during menses. When there is discharge, headache ceases, complaint ceases. When flow is disappear, headache returns. Catarrh dull headache, that is with coryza. Aggravation in evening, amelioration in open air, and causation or aggravation from returning to a warm room. Went in open air, then come back to warm room, there is aggravation. About eye symptoms, eyes burning, biting, smarting, as from smoke, like blurriness, blur vision, must rub them, eyes must rub them, watery and suffused, there is watery discharge from eyes, capillaries injected, and excessive lacrimation. Excessive lacrimation from the eyes, that is bland discharge from eye, burning, biting, smarting sensation in eyes, excessive lacrimation, redness, capillary injected. About nose symptoms, spring coryza. Coryza in spring season after damp northeast winds. So northeast, causation is northeast winds. After damp northeast winds. Coryza, about character of coryza is profuse, quantity profuse, watery and acrid nasal discharge. Profuse, watery and acrid nasal discharge with profuse, bland lacrimation. So lacrimation is bland but coryza is acrid nasal discharge. Opposite in euphrasia. Profuse, full of acrid tears, bland and fluent coryza in euphrasia. In euphrasia, there is acrid lacrimation, acrid tears, profuse, but coryza is bland. But in Allium cepa, nasal discharge is acrid and lacrimation is bland. Discharge burns, corrodes nose and upper lip. So discharge from the nose causes corroding, excoriating or corroding of nose and upper lip. Acrid watery discharge dropping from tip of nose. So watery discharge dropping from tip of nose in arsenic, ars iodatum. Ars iodatum for chronic, that is arsenic iodatum for chronic affections. But in Allium cepa, in acute condition we can think of Allium cepa, in chronic condition arsenic iodatum. Arsenic iodatum, there is allergic tendency, and in arsal there is frequent sneezing also. Nasal polyp, also affecting in nasal polyp, surinum, sanguinaria. About GI symptoms, colic from cold by getting feet wet, colic from getting feet wet, from cold, colic from overeating from cucumbers, this one is important. Colic from cucumbers, salads, hemorrhoidal of children. Aggravation on sitting, amelioration moving alone. Hemorrhoids in children, medicine, Allium Cepa. Modalities, aggravation on sitting, amelioration from moving. And colic, causation from getting feet wet, from overeating, from cucumbers, salads. About female symptoms, phlebitis. Phlebitis, puerperal after forceps delivery. Forceps delivery, phlebitis. About respiratory symptoms, hay fever. Hay fever is allergic in August every year. Violent sneezing on rising from bed, from handling peaches. Hay fever is not fever. There is frequent sneezing, violent sneezing due to allergy in August every year. So periodicity. Violent sneezing on rising from bed. On rising from bed. These symptoms tell by the many patients that on rising from bed or on waking up in every morning there is frequent sneezing, frequent watery discharge from nose, acrid from handling peaches. Catarrh laryngitis, that is inflammation of larynx. Laryngitis, cough compel patients to grasp the larynx. This symptom is very important. Patient feels that larynx seems as cough would tear it. Larynx will be tear by cough. Patient have to grasp the larynx. That kind of sensation in the patient. Grasp the larynx seems as if cough would tear the larynx. About extremities, sore and raw spots on feet. In feet, soreness and rawness in feet, especially heel. From friction, causation is friction. This one is written in italics. Italics written very important. We have to memorize as it is. So, rawness and soreness in feet, especially in heel from friction. Efficacious when feet are rubbed sores. That mostly seen in girls wearing heels, and from friction they have rawness and soreness. We can think of this remedy as given by Dioscorides. Who is this person? Dioscorides. Dioscorides is father of Materia Medica. I am writing here. Dioscorides is father of Materia Medica. Panarrhea. Panarrhea is inflammation of nail bed or nail bed infection with red streaks up the arm, from nail bed to the arm, above the elbow, not forearm. Pains drive to despair in childbed. About nervous system, neuralgic pains like a long thread, sensation like a long thread. Neuralgic pains like a long thread in face, head, neck, chest. Location is very important. Face, head, neck, chest. Traumatic chronic neuritis, that is inflammation of neurons. Chronic neuritis. Neuralgia of stump after amputation, burning and stinging pain. That is very very important. After amputation, burning and stinging pains. After amputation, that एम्पुटेशन मीन्स कि वो पार्ट कट हो चुका है. दैट कि अगर हाथ में पेशेंट का हाथ वहाँ एम्पूट हो चुका है, कट हो चुका है, तो भी वहाँ सेंसेशन आएगा, बोलेगा कि हमको यह पेन हो रहा है. अबाउट मोडेलिटीज, एग्रावेशन प्रीडोमिनेंटली इन द इवनिंग, कैटार, डल, हेडेक, एग्रावेशन इन द इवनिंग, amelioration in the open air, aggravation in warm room, pulsatilla in open air, euphrasia. Pulsatilla aggravation in warm room, amelioration in open air, as in Allium Cepa. In euphrasia, open air amelioration, open air aggravation, amelioration in cold room and open air, as in pulsatilla. Complementary of this drug is phosphorus, pulsatilla, thuja. Phosphorus, pulsatilla, thuja. PPT. You can memorize it like PPT. Phosphorus, pulsatilla, thuja. Compatible before calcarea and silicea in polyp. In polyp condition, 3 remedy. Before calcarea, Allium cepa, calcarea or silicea. We have to give Allium cepa before this. In polyp, similar to euphrasia, but coryza and lacrimation are opposite. In euphrasia, lacrimation is acrid, coryza is bland. In Allium cepa, coryza is acrid, lacrimation is bland. In euphrasia, there is aggravation in open air. In Allium cepa, there is amelioration in open air. This is written in italics. In euphrasia, there is aggravation after exposure to south wind, but in Allium cepa, there is aggravation from northeast winds, damp northeast. In euphrasia, there is excessive lacrimation during cough, but in Allium cepa, there is excessive lacrimation with coryza. There is some additional information. Allium cepa, prover of this drug is Herring, Dr. Constantine Herring, and about thermal reaction, patient is very hot. Miasm, psoric miasm in the background, desire, raw onion, and mainly this remedy is left sided. Complaints shift from left side to right side. So all about this drug. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.